Welcome to your YouTube channel Amazing Raaz. Today we are learning the lesson The Advent of Europeans to India. There were trade and commerce relations between India and Europe since ancient time. There was great demand for Indian pepper, cumin, cardamom, ginger and many other spices in Europe. The trade relations between India, Europe and other Asian countries continued even during the Middle Ages. The Arab merchants carried Asian merchandise to Constantinople of Eastern Roman. The Italian merchants would buy these goods and then sell them in the European countries. Constantinople was thus the center of the international trade and also considered as the gateway of European trade. In 1453, the Ottoman Turks captured the city of Constantinople. As a result, all the trade routes connecting the city of Constantinople came under the control of Turks. The Turks started levying too many taxes on the goods passing through these routes. As a result, trade became unprofitable. Meanwhile, Spain, Portugal, and other European rulers were attempted to break the monopoly of Italian traders. They started encouraging enterprising sailors to find a new sea route to India. The invention of compass, astrolabes, and gunpowder provided further impetus to this venture. Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese sailor, left Lisbon and reached Kapadu near Calicut on the west coast of India in 1498. Thus, he was successful in discovering a new sea route to India. This route continued to be the route of trade between India and Europe for many years. The Portuguese were thus the first to re-establish trade between India and Europe. The Portuguese were the first to arrive in India for the trade and were also the last to leave India by the sea route. After Vasco da Gama, Francisco de Almeida arrived in India as the viceroy of the Portuguese. He implemented blue water policy in order to establish the supremacy over the sea instead of supremacy over land. Alfonso de Albuquerque, who came after Almeida, is considered as the real founder of Portuguese Empire in India. He waged a battle against Sultan of Bijapur in 1510 and won Goa. Goa became the administrative center of Portuguese administration in India. The Portuguese had absolute monopoly over trade with India for a century, but their power declined with the arrival of English and French in India. Our next topic is the Dutch East India Company. In 1602, the Dutch East India Company came to India and established trading centers at Surat, Broch, Cambe, Cochin, Nagapatnam, Masulipatnam and Chinsor. In the politics of Kerala, the one who lived in the most important phase is Raja Marthanda Varma, who ruled from 1729 to 1758. He saved from the surrounding rulers as well as the foreigners. He made this as a great kingdom among all. Earlier ruler Rama Varma was very weak. The Dutch East India Company possessed strong military power and had great ambitions to the politics. The surrounding rulers were also strong. The Palagas of Wayanad made ruler Rama Varma weak. Even at a tender age of 10, Marthanda Varma suggested strategies to his maternal uncle Rama Varma for the rise of his province. As per that, Rama Varma contacted Pandyas of Madurai. This made the Palagas to keep quiet. This is how Marthanda Varma came to prominence at the young age itself. At the age of 24, Raja Marthanda Varma came to the throne. He compiled an army of 50,000 soldiers to extend the border of Wayanad. He occupied pepper growing areas. By this time, the Dutch who were trying to monopolize was defeated by Marthanda Varma. He controlled the surrounding areas and made them to oppose the Dutch. The Dutch, with help of provinces like Kayamkulam, Cochin, Purakkad and Vadakankur, attacked on Travancore. Raja Marthanda Varma defeated them and captured Nedumangala and Kottarakara trading centers. He also wrote a strong letter to the Dutch that he would never give up the trading rights of pepper growing areas to any foreigners. In 1741, the Dutch declared war on Travancore with Kottarakara province in forefront. Some of the local provinces also joined the Dutch, but Marthanda Varma's army strongly sent it back. The Dutch came back to Cochin, but with the help of Simhali's forces, the Dutch attacked Marthanda Varma. 4 days serious battle took place from 10th August 1741 at Kolachal, which is called as the Battle of Kolachal. Finally, Travancore army had an upper hand in the battle and 24 important officers of the Dutch were taken as prisoners. As a result, Marthanda Varma has got upper hand in the battle. Cochin was recognized as a center of spice trade during the period of Marthanda Varma. Travancore became the richest province. Finally, on 15th August 1753, a treaty was signed and Dutch forces surrendered its power to the Travancore province. Our next topic is the English. On 31st December 1600, Queen Elizabeth issued a royal charter authorizing the East India Company to trade with eastern countries for 15 years. The company started the trading formally in 1613. The Mughal Emperor Jahangir issued a royal permission to English to establish their first warehouse or factory at Surat. In 1617, Sir Thomas Roe arrived to the court of Jahangir as a royal ambassador from the court of James I. He sought permission from Jahangir to establish factories in other places of Mughal Empire. The English established factories at Agra, Ahmedabad and Bhuj. In 1639, the English took Madras from the king of Chandragiri and established a great fort called St. George Fort. Later, Charles II, the Prince of England, gave Bombay on an annual rent of £10 to East India Company in 1668. In 1690, the English purchased 3 villages, namely Sataunati, Calcutta and Govindapura on the banks of river Hooghly and built Fort William. The city of Calcutta grew around this fort. By the end of 17th century, the English had established Bombay, Madras and Calcutta as their centers and their presidencies. By the later part of 18th century, the English made Calcutta their capital city. They implemented their own civil and criminal procedures in the areas which they are controlled. The French East India Company. The French East India Company started as a government-owned company in 1664. It started its first factory at Surat in the year 1668. Later, they established its factory in Machulipatnam, Chandranagore, Mahe, Karaikal, Kasim Bazar, Balasore. In 1674, the French took Walikandapuram from a local Muslim officials and developed it as a major trading center. Later it came to be known as the Puducherry or Pondicherry. This became the capital of French till they left India. Dupleix, who arrived in 1746 in Pondicherry as the Governor General of the French, had a high ambitions to establish the French as a major power of South India. This ambition led to the Carnatic Wars with the English.